Well, looks like this is the sequel you were all asking about. A couple months ago, I made a video explaining why JoJo openings are so special and what makes them different from your typical anime opening. And since that video was released before the final batch of Stone Ocean aired, I had some speculation for the final batch maybe not having a new opening. A take that aged like milk, but honestly, I'm glad I was wrong. As I stated in that video, I wanted to be wrong because the second batch didn't give me much confidence. So I'm pleased to report that Heaven's Falling Down, Stone Ocean's second opening, is actually pretty dang great. Now, I'm only having this video come out now because I have been watching Stone Ocean weekly on that JoJo Fridays grind set, and I just finished. That, and in the past 6 weeks, at the time of writing this video, I haven't taken a single day off of work because have you seen the tech layoffs? Oh my god, it's scary out here. And the people who still have their jobs like me have to pick up the slack, but that's irrelevant to this opening being great. But what always brings me some joy is talking about JoJo's, and that's what we're here to do today. Specifically going over why Heaven's Falling Down is perfect. Well, almost perfect. Similarly to the previous analysis on the JoJo openings, this isn't going to be commentary on what each of the references are, though I will be mentioning some, but it will be more about the style and the purpose of the opening. But you know who doesn't approve of the style of this opening? Enrico Pucci. Just as he was watching Jolyne the entire time she was in Green Dolphin Street Prison, he has been secretly monitoring your internet search history, seeing very non-Christian things that you should immediately seek Jesus for. Sounds like you shouldn't have left your data open to where anyone could see it. That's why I'd like to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. Protect your data today by using the link in the description. Surfshark VPN encrypts your online data and helps secure your personal information, which is especially helpful when using public Wi-Fi. You may be stuck in Green Dolphin Street Prison, but what's worse than the standard user next to you is a cyber criminal stealing your data. Well, not only is your data protected with Surfshark, but you can finally leave Florida by changing your virtual location, allowing you to see any movie or show that you've wanted to from a different country. By using my code Shuckmeister, you can get 83% off and 3 extra months for free. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no reason not to give it a try. You can follow the link surfshark.deals/Shuckmeister to claim this offer. Also, that's going to be down in the description below. It will certainly put your mind at ease, and same with Father Pucci. Thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Once again, Kamikaze Doga returns for a brilliantly animated 3D CGI opening. The song is sung by Sana, Sanjo no Hana, who you may recognize from Mob Psycho 100's openings. This opening, though, is a little less balls to the walls crazy. The best way I can sort of describe it is kind of like a strong build-up to a final confrontation at the end. From the very beginning, it quickly speeds past the origins of what led us to this moment in the story, that being Jotaro and Star Platinum obliterating the world, and then Star Platinum being trapped on the disc that's carried away by a savage garden. I like how it quickly establishes the last several decades of the Joestar Brando history, and the character introductions are done with these silhouettes that are really cool and interesting because it just works so well with these 3D models. They layer them with relevant character traits, like Jolyne, for example. She has stars and butterflies flowing through her, which is kind of really fitting with her design. Meanwhile, some of them are just really funny, like Emporio's details are, oh, a baseball glove. Anisui's detail is a wheel because he likes to disassemble car parts. I mean, it's kind of goofy in my opinion, but I still like it. So this is kind of where the only complaint I have with this opening comes from. See, JoJo openings are pretty nice in the way they like to foreshadow events of the story in very subtle ways. This opening, though, spends about 52 seconds recapping the events of the story we already know, which leaves less than half of the opening to kind of get you ready for what you're about to see, what this actual arc is on the events yet to come. This isn't necessarily a problem, but it is something that I did notice. It's very noticeable, more so in this opening than I think pretty much all the other JoJo openings, barring parts 1 and 2 that only had single openings for the part they were getting adapted to. It really became noticeable on the second version of the opening, but we'll get into that in a little bit. The newer parts of this opening show Pucci with 3 ominous figures, being characters that I haven't been too particularly fond of in the past, but that's neither here nor there. When the actual beat drops, this opening kinda gets you really hyped up. All these characters and their abilities rendered in this way really looks fantastic, the transitions are just flawless, and I especially love this one scene of Jolyne's light contrasting against Pucci's new move. And there are just little details scattered all over here, like Pucci being in burning down the house, which just makes this opening feel really stylized. And I also appreciate Foo Fighters getting a proper send-off through this opening. See, version 1 of this opening does tell a cohesive story, even if it does have, in my opinion, sort of a slow build-up of stuff we already know. Version 2, on the other hand, does fly off the walls really fast. But made in heaven. With version 2, Dio's sons are finally fully revealed, and the clock tower in the jail begins speeding up as Jotaro stops time. But his time stop is shorter than anticipated, and you can actually see this catches him off guard as Pucci reveals himself to have unlocked Made in Heaven's ability to accelerate the universe. And the universe acceleration goes so fast that it wraps back around to the very first opening in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Sonochi no Sadame. This is kind of crazy, but this time we're in a different, alternate universe, and the events of the manga panels from the beginning are a little different. Primarily the fact that we begin with Jonathan and end with Jolyne, but actually the panels of the manga have also been changed as well, so it's including climactic moments like Gold Experience Requiem from Part 5, things that would have been spoilers before, but now since we're at the end of the original timeline, it's super fitting. Then Jolyne and Pucci begin reliving the events of Sonochi no Sadame's animation, but with Heaven falling down playing in the back as it's flashing through the Joestar bloodline, and then the whole universe implodes. This was so awesome to see, but I really wanted a lot more of it. Or at least maybe some more slight changes through the reused section of the opening. It just would have made this hit a little harder. So that's why I mentioned it being a little noticeable that the whole first 52 seconds weren't really about what happens in this part of the story. At least with the previous opening, Stone Ocean, it went arc by arc showing you what you would be getting throughout this batch. And while it's not my favorite villain opening from JoJo's, I certainly think it's a really great one. It is very creative, and it did very much surprise me. And now that I've seen all the openings, I finally feel like I have to make a tier list out of them. And this is gonna be tough. So you can expect to see that in the next video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this one though, and if you did like it, let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing for more videos like these. I want to end up making some kind of retrospective on Stone Ocean, the anime experience. I'm sure that's going to piss a lot of the terminally online Twitter users off, but I don't particularly mind. And sort of maybe my thoughts on Steel Ball Run's anime adaptation and what's going to happen with that. There also might be some JoJo Lands content sprinkled in here or there, and I still have 2 very important non-JoJo videos to make that are really close to my heart. It's been hard with my current work schedule, but I want to thank all of you guys for sticking around. Have a beautiful doing, and I'll see you all next time.